Hello and welcome to another Lexmoto ride out. Today I am out on the Lexmoto LXR SE 125, Lexmoto's flagship sports bike. Now, you guys are probably familiar with the LXR. Heck, you've probably watched the video involving that one. The LXR has been a huge success for Lexmoto since it launched mid-year in 2018. We looked to build on the model, and we have the SE version now with us, of which I'm going to take you around. Well, the colour scheme for this bike is only on the SE version. It is a beautiful red at the front, moving towards matte black panels at the rear with some gunmetal fins there. Now, one thing that stands out for a lot of people when they're looking at this bike is those huge disc brakes at the front. Dual disc brake. However, the system is not a true dual disc brake for the front. Essentially, your front brake is linked up to the left-hand side. Your right brake is linked to the rear brake. That provides you with a combined braking system, which is mandatory now for Euro 4 models. Now, one additional bit that you will notice on the front of this bike is gone are the telescopic forks. The SE version features upside down forks. Moving a bit further, you'll spot these lovely yokes on the top of the bike. They are aluminium, and you will also notice that the swing arm is also aluminium, so a little bit lighter weight than the standard steel ones. It's a nice little touch. Now, looking at the exhaust on this bike, you'll notice there is a stainless steel system. Now, that system is standard on this bike. You'll often find stainless steel systems as an aftermarket part for a lot of different models. It's not something that you tend to find too frequently as a standard fitment. However, with the SE, it's on there from start. Moving to the rear, we've got that rear disc brake. Nice wide profile back end on that one. Really stunning looking bike. The rear wheel presence with that monoshock on there, it looks like a bigger bike. Let's look at some of the details on the back. We've got LED indicators on the front and the back, LED tail light. Got some nice little touches there, actually a mould in the plastic there, which are the grab rails. As we go a little bit further around, we've got that lovely red trellis frame. We've got the tank protector section. It's a plastic coated tank on this one. As we move around to the front, we've got some beautiful daytime running light strips. We've got some angel lights and projector elements as well. You've got that daytime running light section as well, and a black tinted screen. Let's look at the controls. There is adjustment on those front forks. There is adjustment on the rear suspension as well. Looking at the controls, we've got, starting on the left, we've got our horn, our indicators, we've got our high beam, low beam, and a passing light. On the right, we've got our starter ignition. We've also got our lighting controls and a kill switch. Now, we'll take this opportunity whilst I've just switched that one on to go around the front and just show you the lights there. As you can see, illuminated, the angel eyes. It really is a lovely looking system. But alas, back we go. So, looking at the speedometer, we've got our neutral light, we've got our dip beam indicator, revs in the centre there, gear change, miles per hour, we've got the odometer, and then we've got fuel. It's really all the information you need to get going, which I think we'll do. Okay, so start that one up, and I'm not sure whether you can hear it, but it's got a great meaty tone to it. Oh, lovely. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar with the motor on this bike, it is the same as the standard LXR. And that motor is a single overhead cam, liquid cooled 2-valve motor. It's not, unfortunately, going to win any performance records. It's a very capable motor, it's very reliable. The bottom end we actually find featured on the Lexmoto ZS6F, the R, the Tempest, the Michigan. It's our go-to motor, really. As you can see from the previous LXR video, I've been able to get this one up to around 70 or so. It will get there. It's not going to be sort of out and out performance, but then again, this is a learner legal machine. Now, a lot of people tend to gravitate towards this bike because of its large road presence. It is really surprising to people to find out it is a 125. And the reason behind that is because originally it wasn't. We originally developed this bike as a 300cc. We approached the factory and requested whether there might be any potential to develop it as a 125. We suggested the Zongshen motor, and the rest is history. We are going back upwards. We are working with the factory to put a 380cc motor into this bike. We've been fettling away throughout the winter and spring months, and we are at the point of being able to confirm production on that bike, which is very, very exciting. So that is very exciting news. What's more is just generally the excitement that's been happening around the LXR. The LXR, obviously we launched that back in August last year. We launched it originally with a matte black and a white and blue colour scheme. We've since added a gunmetal and blue version to the lineup, which does look amazing. And the SE then was announced. Now, chances are you've probably not seen one of these SEs in the flesh, and the reason for that is we're trying to keep it a little bit limited. Originally there were only 10 brought in, and this is one of 10 that we've kept back for ourselves. So there are only actually 9 of these out in the wild at the moment, so if you've got one, you're very lucky. They're very exclusive. What's happening with the SE? Well, I'm not doing this video just to gloat to you, to say that I'm riding one, and no, you cannot have one. We have placed some additional orders for them. Our next order is for 20, and there will be more coming in time. So if you haven't had a chance to get one, certainly we've not had enough to go around all of our dealers yet. We've been blown away with the LXR as a model since it launched. The LXR took over from the Hawk and Falcon, which we had in the lineup. It's just a different level of bike. It really is. It's a lovely machine. It's got great road presence. It handles superbly, and we are delighted to have it as the bike that we will venture into our larger A2 category market with. Since we launched the LXR originally, we have made some quite large changes to our setup at Lexmoto. We revised our warranty. We added, so now when you buy a 2019 125cc bike, you get 2 years parts and label warranty. It comes complimentary from us because we have confidence in our bikes. Well, I have enjoyed this ride. It's been good times. Thank you guys for spending some time with me today. It does get lonely in this helmet. If it is your first time on the channel, be sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell to make sure that you do not miss any future videos. If you're so inclined, it's well worth checking out our Facebook and Instagram pages. We have lots of interesting stuff going on throughout the year, because our motorcycles are for life, not just for summer. If you have any questions about the bike, feel free to put them down in the comments below, and we will do our best to get back to you as soon as possible. And I look forward to seeing you guys in a video again soon. Until that time, ta-ra!